Hi everyone, I'm back at 2:10 for tips at 2:10. Let me take my glasses off and then I'll stop looking at myself and I'll look at you. I'm here with tips. I just wanted to talk about why I'm doing a series of tips. When I teach the 3-day vegan foundation course, and I haven't done one since March and I can't wait to start again in January, I realized when I first started doing them how many tips come up, and they're always different depending on what we're doing, and it also depends on who is in the class, because everyone, it doesn't matter how much cooking experience they've had, they have some tips to share, and it's great to share them with everyone. So when I put the online course together, which is going to be launched on the 24th of November, I hope you're all signed up. I'll put the link for you to sign up to get the newsletter, because when you get the newsletter announcing the launch, there's a really good discount on it for those people who signed up to the newsletter. Anyway, let's stay on track. When I put together the online course, the filming, I realized how many tips there are that just come out naturally, and so part of that online course is cooking tips, and I want to share also for at least a month a cooking tip a day. So I've got today almonds. So almonds are it's brilliant to add, if you're not allergic, it's brilliant to add nuts into your diet, because they're full of all sorts of goodness. They're full of natural oils that your body needs. They're also, like, almonds are high in zinc. They're full of lots of vitamins and minerals, so they're great to include. But there's some nuts that have phytic acid on them, which actually can, the jury is a bit out. Some people say, oh no, you don't need to soak your nuts, and plenty of people do. And I do, because I think let's err on the side of caution, because the phytic acid, which is a natural acid, a natural component on the nuts, have been put on there to stop insects from eating them. And the phytic acid can actually cause irritation to all sorts of areas, especially the gut. And now I was getting a bit confused, because I wanted to say also nuts are high in fiber, which is great for the bowel and great for pooping. So it's good to add more fiber into your diet, and nuts is one way. If you're allergic, then seeds is also good. So with almonds and cashews and walnuts, I tend to soak them first, and if you have a dehydrator, then you can dehydrate them. But actually, I'm not going to dehydrate these. I'm just going to soak them. So I'll just show you what I do, and then I actually leave them in the fridge, so that I only eat 3 almonds a day, unless I'm making something with almonds. So I'll just soak them, and then I'll show you how I keep them in the fridge. So I'm just getting a bowl, which I should have ready, but lucky it's not far away. Okay, and I'm going to soak them for the week. And so I'll just pop in maybe a cup, but it looks like I put a cup and a half in there, and I'll soak them straight with filtered water. I always use filtered water. Just think that it's the best. It gets all the nasties out of the water, and it doesn't have the chlorine, and in some areas there's fluoride. We don't have fluoride in our water, so we don't need to worry about that. So I'll soak them overnight. Now what I normally do is have them in the jar, and I actually have them in a small jar, and I don't fill the jar with nuts because they expand. So if we have a look, if you're new to doing this, you'll see, and I'll show you, can you see that nut? I'll take a handful of those ones that I've just soaked. They're actually quite dry looking, but then these ones that have been soaking in the fridge, and they've been in there a week, not in the same water, and they're nice and plump. See, they're nice and plump. And so what I do, they expand. So they get about, let's have a look, they get about 3 times as big once they've been soaking in the water. So what I will do is I just put, about that much, whatever that is, like 2 centimeters of nuts, fill it with water, and I pop it in the fridge actually. Drain off that first water, because that's where it's got the majority of the phytic acid. I drain off that first water, and then I top it up, and then I change the water every few days if it's in the fridge. If it's not in the fridge, there's a possibility of it going rancid. If I left these nuts without water, then they very easily go rancid even in the fridge. And then this way I can grab out my 4, can grab out max 4, and that's what we have for the day, 3 or 4, depending. So there is another way. Because the majority of the phytic acid is in the skin, we can peel them. But imagine trying to peel them. So if you've never peeled almond skins before, watch the next video, which, as this is a live video right now, it will be tomorrow. But if you're watching this as a recording, then watch the next video, part 2 of soaking almonds, and I will show you how to peel them, and we will do that tomorrow. So get your soaked nuts on, everyone, and please ask questions, and you can ask questions tomorrow. If you want to make them nice and crunchy, then that's why you would activate them. But I generally have them like this. I'll either eat them as a snack or pop them into my smoothie. So it's just adding extra fiber, extra protein. Now, did I say nuts are a brilliant source of protein? And yeah, you know, some people say, oh, but nuts are so fatty. They're not as fatty as meat, not as fatty as eggs, and not as fatty as dairy, and they're good fats. So you actually want those, but you don't want to go and eat a whole jar of them all at once, which I know is a tendency. So we had nuts at home on a Friday or at Christmas, and so because I didn't have access to them every day, then when I did get them, I would take handfuls and handfuls of them. But now I'm pretty much more restrained, and will have, you know, I have 3 Brazil nuts a day because they're full of psyllium, and I have 3 or 4 almonds a day, and then sometimes I have cashew cheese, but I don't overdo it, but I make sure I get my nutrients. So there's the tips on soaking nuts, and I'll answer any questions that you have afterwards. So please pop your questions on, and I'll be there for you. Okay, see you tomorrow if you're watching live at 2:10. Whoa, the phone's ringing.